There it is. So, to a certain extent, it's breaking news.
A little bit.
To a certain extent, it's breaking news. Nebraska men's basketball has locked in an official visit this weekend with a 6'10", 220-pound power forward, Bay Ndongo from Denver, Colorado. He is the third best player in the state of Colorado and the 149th best player in the country.
That's top 150.
He has offers from, let's just roll down this list, Colorado, Arizona State, California, Penn State, Washington, Washington State, and Michigan. And Providence. There we go. So
Washington, Michigan, and Providence, really good basketball schools.
Really good basketball schools. A total of 12 offers for Bay Ndongo. Once again, a 6'10", 6'10", 220-pound power forward out of Denver. Goes to Colorado Prep High School, the third best player in the state of Colorado, according to 24/7 Sports, and the 149th best player in the country.
I like it.
So, hey, I mean, 2023 guy as well, so he'd be one that commits and signs here in the next cycle. But once again, Bay Ndongo. And I might be butchering that first name. It's spelled B-A-Y-E. Bay Ndongo. Ndongo. So.
Last name sounds right.
Yeah, unless the N is silent, it's just Dongo.
That is also a possibility.
That's also a possibility. So who knows? I mean, Nebraska's had their fair share of pretty awesome names. Ivan Wadrogo and is the first one that comes to mind for sure. I mean, there's been a lot of these that have popped up. So once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline, the starter Heyman text line. Okay. So Aaron makes it funny. He says Dion won't let him leave Colorado, even if it is for basketball.
Well, speaking of that name.
Speaking of Deion Sanders, Aaron, and all the listeners out there, Malachi Coleman was paid a visit today in home by Tim Brewster. You might be asking, who is Tim Brewster? He coached tight ends at Jackson State under Deion Sanders, and he followed Coach Prime to Boulder. So the Colorado Buffaloes are now in on the recruitment of Malachi Coleman.
Yeah, Malachi ain't coming to Nebraska.
So there's that, and then he was also visited by Jay Harbaugh of the Michigan Wolves. Jay Harbaugh.
Jay.
Not John. Who's the other one? Jim. But who's John? Jay, Jim, and John.
Yes.
Whew.
A lot of Jays.
Yeah. So it was not John Harbaugh, not the Baltimore Ravens Harbaugh. It was not Jim Harbaugh, head coach Harbaugh.
It was
Jay.
Jay.
It was
Harbaugh.
Jay Harbaugh, assistant coach Harbaugh.
There you go.
Who visited Malachi today.
Just the worst.
A lot of Harbaughs.
Can you imagine being the assistant coach as a Harbaugh? You're
Gosh.
not even a head. Come on, Jay.
You are frowned upon.
Come on, Jay.
Speaking of, I don't know if you saw
Where's
this.
Jay's
Rico.
head coaching opportunity?
I don't know. Jay might not. Maybe Jay had a head coaching opportunity and decided.
Damn it, Jay.
And maybe he failed.
Damn it, Jay.
Maybe he failed somewhere.
Look into Jay.
Speaking of new head coaches, I don't know if you saw this, Rico. Former Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett. Did you see where he's emerged as a finalist?
Said. Yeah.
The Stanford Cardinal.
Shout out to Stanford.
Jason Garrett with Stanford.
Has he ever recruited?
Probably not.
Interesting. That's always my thing is guys who weren't in college and just, NFL coaches going back to college. Like, that's kind of hard. I mean, you'll surround yourself with good recruiters and people with that know more than you, as a good coach should.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you're going to have to be that closer. You got to go in there and know the right words to say, know exactly what to do. But he also has, I coached in the NFL.
Time out.
I know what it takes to get you there.
We were wrong, Rico. It's not Jay. Jay is not the brother. Jay is Jim's son.
That's even worse.
So he is the special teams coordinator and safeties coach at Michigan. Does not look anything like Jim.
He does not.
Have you seen a picture of him?
I have. I clicked it when I saw.
The man does not look like Jim at all.
Yeah, when I saw Jay Harbaugh, I was like, "Oh, does Jim call himself Jay on Twitter?" He does not. It's Jay Harbaugh.
Yikes! I mean, not even close.
Maybe he looks like his mom. I don't know.
Maybe he looks like Mrs. Harbaugh. I couldn't even tell you what Mrs. Harbaugh looks like.
Mother Harbaugh.
So, anyway, Ray says his dad's not mad. He's just disappointed. Anyway, 402-464-5685.
You know who else employs their son on their football team?
Who?
Kirk parents.
That's right. Which I'm surprised.
You know who else? Hold on. You know who else employs their son on their football team?
Hold on. Don't tell me. What school?
Not a school. Professional.
I don't know.
Bill Belichick.
Oh, see, I did not know that. I didn't know Bill's son was on the Patriots staff.
He's a weird-looking dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Bill Belichick's son. Is it, dude? Head coaches' sons just automatically get a shoe in?
Do you know who else has their son on their team? Deion Sanders. Both of them.
That's right. And that's your quarterback. Which
he didn't bring his other son, who's a safety.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that Shiloh, now I get him mixed up. But like Shiloh, he made Deion mad, so he's not.
That's what he said.
Deion's not allowing him to come
to Colorado. He's not coming with me. I mean, he made me mad. I don't know what he did.
What'd he do? How did he make you so mad? You're like, no, listen, son, I'm not bringing you to Colorado.
And then his eldest son is the one that runs the YouTube account.
Yeah. I find it so interesting how he just always has a camera on around him.
It is weird. I understand it.
I mean, he's a walking billboard.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Deion's going to make Colorado look cool, and I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm. So, did you see the new prices for the tickets, the cheapest tickets for Colorado yesterday?
I saw they already went on sale. So.
They already went on sale. So a couple days ago, it was like $194, which is pretty expensive for the cheapest ticket available. The next day, yesterday, I read in an article with The Athletic that the cheapest ticket was $473.
Like, okay, so I understand that the 80 kind of put a challenge out there, and Nebraska fans love to prove that they're the best fans in the nation. They love to travel. But counterpoint, don't go to the game because you're paying for Deion's salary.
That's true. We don't have the money yet, but we're going to have it.
And that's exactly why he put the challenge out there. He knew Nebraska fans would fall for the bait, and we're all paying for Deion's salary. Stop it. Don't go to the game.
I wonder, so
everybody watch on TV.
So in reality, he's okay with Nebraska taking over the stadium because that means that Nebraska fans are paying for Deion's salary.
Exactly.
But hey, Nebraska's going to be there. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe about 3/5 of that stadium full.
It will at least be half full. At the very least.
How electric.
Half full
that is
by
going to be
Husker
fans. So. See, here's the deal: is a lot of Nebraska fans aren't even thinking about the Minnesota game, though.
Minnesota.
You have a road game against Minnesota week 1.
Yeah, everybody's kind of writing off Minnesota, which could be a problem.
They just extended PJ Fleck.
You want to start 1-0 heading to Colorado.
Yeah, there's a lot less buzz if you're 0-1 going into Colorado.
Because Colorado's going to be 0-1.
But I mean, think about the how electric it would be if Nebraska is 1-0 and they handle Minnesota next year.
That'd be nice.
In Matt Rule's first game,
you're gonna have to because
finally beat PJ Fleck.
You're gonna have to because game day is going to be there. I guarantee you, game day is going to be there
at Colorado.
Yes,
guarantee. I don't know.
Okay, so if Nebraska, hold on, because Nebraska has Minnesota. Okay, I guarantee if Nebraska wins, game day will be there because Colorado opens the season at TCU. They will be 0-1.
Colorado will be
0-1 heading back home. But Nebraska, if you're 1-0 and you don't even have to handle Minnesota, but if you're 1-0 going into Colorado, it's a battle of two brand new coaches, two programs who have kind of fallen off the map.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got, as you said, the walking billboard in Deion Sanders, prime time, going for his first home win.
Opens up at TCU. That's
going for his first home win at a Power 5 institution, going up against an old rival from the Big 8, Big 12 era in Nebraska, who, oh, by the way, has a brand new coach who has had success in the collegiate rankings and is newly fired out of the NFL ranks.
Yeah.
Game day will be there.
I think, Joe Klatt has said that he already wants Big Noon kickoff there. So
I don't want Big Noon.
Big Noon's close to beating out College.
I don't want Big Noon.
Big Noon is getting close to taking game.
You know why? Because I need Deion Sanders and Lee Corso on the same set.
Lee Corso's not being a part of game day.
I love Lee Corso. One more year.
Lee Corso needs to hang him up.
One more year.
Lee Corso needs to hang up the heads.
You leave Lee Corso.
He needs to.
I like Kirk Herbstreit.
I like Kirk too.
Pat McAfee doesn't do it. Actually.
Oh, really?
Hold on.
You don't like Pat McAfee?
It's going to be game day because Pat McAfee, Deion both work for Barstool also.
You don't like Pat McAfee?
I do. He just.
But you like RG3.
Love him.
I like McAfee way more than RG3.
I think it's because RG3 doesn't have a podcast where he says like all the same things and wears a cutoff.
You have to remember the Bear's not going to be with Game Day anymore.
Tragic.
He's with Big Noon.
I know he is.
So, I mean, Game Day really took a step back when they allowed Maria Taylor to walk, when they allowed Tom Rinaldi to walk,
How dare you?
When they allowed the Bear to walk. Now Lee Corso's retiring.
He needs to ride off into the sunset
he needs to be
after
done.
This next year.
He is done.
One more year.
That man, it was a gamble of whether or not he was going to be on the set.
He was off and on.
Yeah, he was not. Yeah. All right, let's get to break. When we come back, it'll be Nate and Rico and Strick for the crossover as they wrap up Thursday's show on the Happy Hour on 93.7 The Ticket.